Our third panelist is the CEO and President of Lamoyan Corporation, producer of Happy and Kutitap toothpastes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Cecilio K. Pedro.
His Excellency Luis Antonio Cardinal Tagle, Attorney Vic Noel, good to see you here. Ma'am Chitwan, a pleasant good morning. I have to apologize for coming in late. I had to bring my wife to see a doctor. A happy wife is a happy life. And I want to be happy coming here. So I agree with Chit, take care of a woman. Amen. Are you happy? Sigurado kayong happy? Hindi Colgate? Aray. Commercial. Commercial sila lahat eh. So, I won't talk about happy. Okay, don't worry. I'll talk about the core values of Lamoyan Corporation. We use the word spirit, S-P-I-R-I-T, as an acronym to remind our people, our employees, our stakeholders, our suppliers, what we stand for. S is for social responsibility. That is number one of our core value, social responsibility. P is about pursuing excellence. Even if you do social responsibility, you have to be good. I like the word good. Excellent. I put excellent instead of good. Sorry, mas maganda yung excellent kaysa good. I is about integrity. Nowadays, we are looking for people with integrity, companies, corporations with integrity. R is about respect, respect for the individuals. Especially in our company, we hire a third of our workforce are deaf mutes. So it's very, very important that we respect people with disabilities. So this is we put a lot of emphasis on respect for the individual. The next I is for business innovation. To compete, may taga-Colgate ba rito? Wala. Unilever, meron ba? Wala. How about Procter & Gamble? Wala. To compete with the giants in the industry or in the world, you have to innovate. Otherwise, you won't survive. And the last letter, T, is about teamwork. We put a lot of emphasis on working together as a team. We have activities inside the company. We have Bible study. We have fellowship. We have sports events. We have anniversary events, Christmas events, to put everybody together and encourage them to work as a team. That, in a nutshell, is the core value of Lamoyan. S-P-I-R-I-T. Social responsibility, pursuing excellence, integrity, respect for the individual. Next is innovation. Alam natin yan di ba? And the last letter, T, is about working as a team. Let me put emphasis today on the word social responsibility. I think this is the topic we have to address this morning. Servant leadership. Servant leadership is basically serving others. I graduated from Ateneo, alam naman ninyo. Alam ko may Lasal dito eh. Tumitingin sa akin mga taga-Lasal eh. Man for others. Servant leadership. My inspiration Cardinal Tagle is Mother Teresa. She was here in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. She was given an award by the Manila JCs. And she requested we bring her to see the squatter areas. So the team went with her to the squatter areas. She was so depressed, siyempre. Ang daming nahihirapan. So we had a dinner. And that night, we were preparing so many food. Mother Teresa, hindi pwede tayo mapahiya rito. The best food in town. And then, we started asking Mother Teresa, please, go ahead. Take the buffet. Okay? Hindi namin alam kung anong gusto niya. So, let her choose. She sat there and refused to move. We're so amazed. What happened? Maybe she had stomach trouble. She said, I cannot eat. There are so many poor people out there we visited that don't have food on their table. That night, nobody ate. We decided, balot all the food, give it to the poor. That is servant leadership. I was inspired. This woman, ang liit, no? I feel tall standing beside her, liit. But she's, to me, 10 times taller than me. The kind of spirit moving inside her to work for the poor, to help the poor, to be a leader among the poorest of the poor. That, for me, is servant leadership. So in Lamoyan, we try as hard as possible to take care of people with disabilities. So if you come to Lamoyan and visit our plant, tahimik po ang factory. Walang chismis. They are all working. It is such an environment where there is tolerance. I learned tolerance because of working with the hearing impaired. You have to spend extra effort in helping them, in training them, in reaching out to them, because they cannot talk, just like you and me. You have to use sign language. So everybody in the factory floor can sign. It's very unique. Only a third are coming from the hearing impaired, but 2/3 are hearing people, normal people, but all of them can sign. Because we provide sign language training in the factory and in our office, including our office. May taga-HR ba rito? HR, Human Resource Department. Wala. Meron, isa. Okay. May CEO ba rito? Meron. Marami. The CEOs and the HR will have to work together to reach out to people with disabilities. There's so many of them. So many of them. So that for me is servant leadership. Reaching out to the peripherals. Reaching out to people who are not in a position or who needed help the most. Of course, my inspiration is from the Bible. Sabi ni Jesus, whatever you do to the least of these brethren of mine, you do it unto me. The least of these brethren of mine, for me, are the people with disabilities. They are poorer than the poor. We operate 3 schools for the deaf. One in Caminti, Laguna, where we provide college education, 1 course, to teach the deaf how to teach others. to provide education for others. We have another school in Palawan, in Aborlan, another one in Nueva Ecija. And we have 11 centers. We build classrooms and send teachers to teach the deaf in the community. And if you need more, if you have any wish to join us, we can put up schools in your vicinity and provide teachers to help the deaf. I find myself very encouraged, very fulfilling every time I attend the graduation of the hearing impaired. We don't charge tuition, libre lahat. Libre lahat. But we pick people sometimes from children from prison. They sometimes ended up in prison rather than walking around because they were served food in prison. We even have, what do you call them, from tribes, tribal from, saan yun, sa, ha? Oh, indigenous, that's the word. Salamat po, Ed. Ed is also working with us in Palawan. Salamat po. There's so much we can do as CEOs and as HR practitioners. So much we can do as businessmen. We have the resources, we have the abilities to do good. And then from doing good, we provide legacy. Sayang hindi ko naabutan si Cardinal Tagde. But it's about doing good. It's about the legacy we leave behind. People will, I remember, we're together in the board and in PMB, and he is always beside me. Sabi na, life is so short. Sabi ko, you're 95, life is so short. And I agree, my friend. I'm 65. Life is very short. Life is very short. Many of you here are older than me. Di ba, Ed? Oh. It's very short. What are you doing while you're still in this world? What is your legacy? Is it good? Is it excellent? Is it accountable to our God? One day, all of us will meet our Creator. That is my greatest challenge. What will I tell my Creator, my God, when I meet Him one day? That is challenging me, pushing me to continue doing good, to help people. And in the process, God will also remember me and remember you. Continue to do good. And don't forget to use happy. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong tatlo. No po. Alam niyo, pwede kayong mga artista. That would be another business for you, show business. No po. They have already shared the essentials, no? But we still want to engage them in a brief conversation. No po. Attorney Noel, thank you for reminding us of Mr. Wash, a great person, and even now we already miss him, no po. But as you said, his legacy is with us, and you have passed it on to other people. And this is our question po, no ho. You don't only provide service, but you are able to train people, no ho, and leaders of integrity that can help institutions also be institutions of integrity, transparency, etc. Na po. Paano po ninyo na nasusustain yung the training, the formation, education of your own people so that they could be leaders with integrity and transparency po?
Thank you, Cardinal. I guess to my mind, I think, Cardinal, the first most important thing is first you have to serve your people, no? And that means serving your people. That should be the first thing. There's the desire, the intent to serve your people, and part of that serving is to make sure that, because you're also accountable to their career, to their profession. No? I mean, as a CPA or as a lawyer, and they're duly hired by the firm, you are accountable to make this young person be successful in his professional endeavors. No? And that's part of the responsibility of SGV, to make sure that all the opportunities, and together with that, the training, but more importantly, to my mind, it is you should be able to extend the same benefit that you have enjoyed when you were hired by the firm early days. No? So to me, that's really more of sharing and allowing others to enjoy the same privilege, the same benefit, the same experience, the same network and everything. So, because this is really part of you being a steward, to share and, to be selfless, to think about them. So you think about careers. Sometimes when I address the assembly during our anniversary, you could see thousands of people, and you will feel really the pressure that in your shoulder rests the career and future of these people. Now, as a leader, of course, most important is also being accountable and responsible. In other words, you will make decisions, definitely, but you have to make decisions. But at the end of the day, you have to make the decisions. You cannot make everyone happy, as I've said, but at the end of the day, you will be responsible as a leader. Thank you.
Salamat po. Last December 16, I went to Saipan to meet with the Filipino community. And one of them approached me and he said, I used to work for SGV. Ganyan. And nakita yata niya sa I don't know, live streaming, the memorial service. And he saw me, no? Sabi niya, and I want to tell you that I was trained by SGV. So, talagang there is pride in them, in the training that they have received. And now I don't know what company he is working, but you could see that he
Yes.
carries that legacy.
That's right. In fact, what's important also, part of really development of people is also being grateful to the person, to the firm that have trained you, or what you made you have today is because of that organization.
Salamat po. Salamat. Tukayo. Cheat nga, cheat. Oho. In the meeting in the World Economic Forum 4 years ago that I attended, I was asked to be part of a panel on authenticity. The authenticity of the person, but also the authenticity in the business sector. Merong isang nagsalita, chef. And he exposed the lack of authenticity in the culinary world. Kahit daw ina-advertise authentic Peruvian food, merong mga sa art. Tapos po sa mga products, there was one business, sabi niya, she dared the speaker and said, have you tested our products? Have you verified yung mga ingredients? And the resource person said, yes, we have. So the person, pasado yung amin, na pasado, as a product of integrity. Sabi nung resource person, hindi pa, kasi you have not revealed to us your labor practices. We do not know whether you employ child labor, etc. So the authenticity of the product is not just 10% alcohol, ganyan-ganyan, but also, yun sa inyo po, no? Kasi one of your advocacies is yung, yung community products, that good, healthy for everyone, gano'n, ho. Ano pa ho ang mga nakikita nyo? Like, I gave that example kasi now they're expanding the criteria po, for authenticity, integrity. Po.
Well, ang maganda po niyan, Cardinal, is we don't work, like I said, the O in ECHO is for organizations. So we work alongside the Philippine Commission on Women, we work alongside DOST, DA. Sila po, nagde-develop ng mga skills, no? Or what we call now skilling the community. Tinuturuan mag-hobby, tinuturuan ng food processing. But what they don't have are markets. So hindi nila alam, where do you take these products if they are not yet export quantities? So that's where we come in. We are almost like the incubator before they become big. A lot of, as SGV graduates people, we graduate micro-entrepreneurs. So they graduate to become small corporations, they partner with others and become bigger. Some of them graduate to supermarkets and groceries. So, ang sa amin po is, we can't do it alone. What we provide, I guess, is the inspiration that their products, pinapakita namin, can you imagine your product in our shelves? Because you cannot help everybody. The others are not ready. Yung ready, they'll say, yes ma'am, I can do that. So we have, for example, somebody who just sells peanuts. And I said, you're gonna just sell peanuts? You can find peanuts everywhere. Baclaran, Quiapo, You have to make it value added. So now she's making peanut butter. So yung peanut butter might be a simple product, but now, because of health issues, people are looking for unsweetened peanut butter. And the only unsweetened peanut butter you can find is imported. So for us, we simply told her, remove the sugar. O di meron na kaming unsweetened peanut butter. So it's a way of developing them in skills that they can learn, So that's peanut butter. Now, I cannot help but talk about coffee. Coffee is everything to some communities just depend on coffee alone. And coffee is a once-a-year harvest. So what we do is we empower the women because I'm sure you will appreciate that the quality coffee you're drinking was probably sorted to be of good quality by women. It is the way a woman's brain is wired versus a man's brain that we cannot change. Yun ang binigay ng Diyos. Magaling kami mag-sort ng kape. While men, let me tell you why men are good. You're good at map reading. Hats off. A man can read a map turned upside down because that's the way your brains are wired. But the women were gifted with sorting coffee because it's an eye thing, and while they're listening to the opera, they can choose it, soap opera. And next, they can taste coffee better. There are something in the tongue, that's also a gift to women. Kaya the best cuppers or coffee tasters are also women. So I'll stop with the coffee talk. Baka magalit si Happy.
Salamat po, salamat. Salamat. Si Doc. Yeah, you look happy.
Praise God.
You look happy. Talaga naman. Sir, kasi sabi nyo nga kanina, while the service component, and I'm really touched that we have here people, you training for even for international service, kayo, the women, those who have a lot of talent but are not able to tap them because of lack of access to employment. Kayo naman po yung people with other abilities, and the deaf, and how the so-called parang normal, no, are able to also learn their language, work with them, and form one community. No, that's parang a new world that is erupting right there in the workplace. Na po. Saan ho ba yung planta ninyo? Baka pwedeng pumunta dyan. Ano?
Anytime sa Paranaque,
Talaga ho.
before Bikutan.
Kasi sa totoo lang po, yung dentista ko, yung ano nyo ang nire-recommend sa akin eh.
Sino yung dentista nyo?
Kaya tuwan-tuwa ako nung narinig ko na kayo, talaga ho, talaga. Ang
Thank
ano
you,
po
thank
is, syempre, may competition, whether local o ano, and sabi nyo nga, excellence, competition. But then maintaining that humanitarian, that communitarian focus in the workplace. I'm sure yung iba pwede bang i-balance yan? Are they mutually exclusive? Excellence and then also the more humanitarian and communitarian aspect of the business? O sa karanasan nyo ba? They don't need to compete.
On the contrary, Cardinal, in our annual evaluation of employees, out of 10, there will be about 6 or 7 of them coming from the hearing impaired that will be in the top 10. They're excellent workers. Kasi focus sila eh. They're very focused. At saka walang distractions because they cannot hear. So they're very, very focused and they work very hard because it's so difficult for them to find jobs outside. So they're loyal. And hindi ka guguluhin ng mga union kasi they cannot talk to them. Di ba okay yan? For business, di ba?
Marunong din mag-sign language.
Oh, they don't know sign language. Even if they sign, they cannot understand. But there's a lot of, tawag niyan is goodwill generated for the company.
Yeah.
Even among our suppliers. I mean, we're here to help because you are helping the hearing impaired. And sometimes I've been approached by consumer. I mean, I'm using your product because you're helping the hearing impaired.
Yes.
So it's about time to switch. And there are many miracles provided by the Lord. Many miracles. Throughout this journey, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. 30 years. Praise God. Competing with the giants, the biggest giants in the world. In the Bible, David killed Goliath. In the real world, nahirapan ako sa mga Goliaths. Ako ang pinapatay nila. But by the grace of God, I experienced so many blessings. And I have no time because I'm limited to 10 minutes. I can tell you about so many miracles that happen inside the company, including...
You can share, you can hop
Can we
from
share?
table to table and share the miracles. Kasi ito na lang ho yung time left natin.
53, 52 seconds.
52
Tama po.
seconds. Siguro yung next product ninyo could be called David. David.
I'll take it up.
So maraming salamat po sa inyong tatlo. Maraming salamat. This is just the first portion. We will have coffee and we will ask Chit to taste the coffee first before having it served. And please relax and be ready for the next portion of the program. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Cardinal Tagle, Attorney Vic Noel, Ms. Chit Juan, and Dr. Cecilio Pedro. May we call on Father Anton and Servium servant leaders, Tommy Carrasco and Bing Sanchez, to give our humble tokens of appreciation to our esteemed guests. these paintings were commissioned by Servium to esteemed artist Egay Fernandez to depict the humility involved in truly bringing servant leadership into any enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a 10-minute break for refreshments. Please be back at the conference hall when the chime rings. Thank you.